All right, what's up, guys? We are back with another podcast episode, and this week we've just got some updates on some paddles, like we always do, but we also have a fun game where we're going to guess we have marketing terminology from companies, and we're going to guess which company wrote it, or at least try to guess it. And then we're also going to talk about MLP from this weekend, and then make sure you stay till the kitchen because I have a rant. I feel like the kitchen is kind of just turning into me ranting.
Yes.
But that's what we have this week. And this one, I'm a little worked up about it. So we'll talk about it when we get there.
Tell me why, when you said I have a little game to play, I just thought of the Saw movies, you know, where people have to do some absurd things or they die. And just hearing your voice being like the Saw voice, you know, is actually kind of terrifying.
Who's to say that's not what we're about to do?
Something. Like something.
Start looking around the room.
There's a delaminated paddle behind me with a ball ready just to aim at my head. Yeah, no.
That would be a really bad punishment. That would hurt a lot.
That would be horrible. Are you kidding me? Yeah, nah.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, anyways, real quick, we don't have a lot for news and updates, but just two things I wanted to talk about. So if you haven't been on Selkirk's Instagram page, they officially teased the Lux Control Air, which will be coming out soon enough. I can't give you the release date yet, but we're not too far away. And I just wanted to say quick, I have had some people testing the paddle a little bit in my area, and I won't say shocked. Shocked is too strong, but every single person who picks that paddle up likes it a ton. And
same. I like it a ton.
I won't go into play characteristics or anything because I don't want to, give anything away that I'm not supposed to. But there's just the players that picked it up. I was like, I don't think they're gonna like this thing, and then they did. So a lot of people might end up liking this thing.
It's in my opinion going to be top 5 best paddles.
All right. Bold statement there.
You heard it from
I do
me
like
first.
the color. Mine is a blue one, and I think it's probably one of the best looking paddles out there.
You and that blue, man. Sheesh.
Dude, I love blue, man. Blue. It's just the best color. You can't tell me blue's not the best color.
I don't know about that.
What's your favorite color, Will?
I actually it depends on what it is, but I would say my default is red. But
okay.
When it comes to other things like my overgrips or clothes or things like that, that can be different. Just because I like red doesn't mean I like it on everything. You won't see me with a bunch of, I don't know, red accessories or like red clothes or things like that. You know
what's ironic about this conversation?
What?
If you are watching the video podcast, I'm the one with a red background and you're the one with a blue background.
I don't know how this happened. Do you know how this happened? This is what we have just defaulted on. And we never really spoke about it. It just happened this way.
No, I mean, yeah, we both just picked colors. Like I've been using red for YouTube, which is funny because it's really not like an optimal color to use just because it matches your skin tone, but that's just kind of what I landed on, and somehow you landed on blue.
Well, I kind of picked blue because usually when you call me, your setup is already set up essentially, and I noticed that you have red. I was like, okay, well, let's contrast this, and I went with blue, and that's how it kind of came to be.
Fun facts about the pod, guys. You learn something new every day here.
There you go.
But yes, the Lux Control Air, I do think is I need to play test it more, but so far I'm definitely looking forward to play testing it. People in my area are liking it quite a bit, so good signs there. And then one of the paddles that I was saying you guys might be excited for, or the reason you should hold off, is some releases from Gearbox. I'm not allowed to say anything at this time, but that release is also not far away. And these paddles, they're gonna be good.
They're so good.
People look forward to them for sure. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
That's all you're gonna say.
Just look forward to them.
Okay.
It's such a thing. A lot of times, Will, I mean, you know this as well as I do.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times companies are not exactly super clear about what you can and can't say, and I like to stay on the safer side. Sometimes they tell you, but then you also see another person say things that you were told, like, don't say this, and you're like, is it okay now, or
Yeah.
did they just
Has the floodgates
break
open?
the rule? Yeah, so yeah, we'll
Yeah,
be
no.
nice or
Well-
not nice, but we won't be dumb about it.
Well, I mean, I've been playing with it all weekend, the new Gearbox battles, and they are so good. In my opinion, right now, if you ask me to make like a list of top 10 or best paddles out right there, that would probably be top of the list. Like,
So all right, so 2 of your top 5 are taken up by unreleased paddles so far.
pretty much.
Shoot. All right. Well, it's something for you guys to look forward to. But then that's all I've got. I think you just you said you got to play with the Gearbox ball too.
Yes, they did send me some of the Gearbox balls. I don't know if this is a ball that they had already released prior and I never got a chance to hit with it, or if this is a new product.
I think it's a new one that they recently released, or at least I would assume that would be the ball they would send.
Okay. Yeah, that's also a very good ball. Very fast, very hard and stiff. I would probably choose that over a Dura, and the spin is very true. I don't know. I'm curious to see what you would say about it if you ever got a chance to hit it, but it's a very good ball. I really like it.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Well, guys, that's all we have for updates this week. There wasn't a whole lot just because I'm still in the middle of reviewing the Engage paddles, which I have talked about plenty. Can hopefully expect that review next week. At least that's when I'm aiming to be done. But yeah, let's get into this marketing guessing game. Shout out to Kevin Lee for putting all of this together. I mentioned it on last week's podcast episode, and then he just went ahead and made this whole list.
You
Honestly,
didn't even ask him.
No, I didn't even ask him. He just put in the Discord.
goated.
He was like, hey, I could make that if you want. And I was like, dude, you are an absolute legend, because I was probably going to be too lazy to actually go and do it. So this is happening because of Kevin.
Wow, Kevin, you are goated. Amazing.
All right. So I think we're just going to go back and forth, Will. So
Okay.
I'm going to open in this note the one that says for Will, and then you open the one that says for Chris.
Got it.
I'm going to read it to you, and then you can take a second and guess. Also, if you're, listening to this, you guys should also try and guess. Basically, Kevin went through a bunch of pickleball websites, looked at which ones had like the most outlandish marketing claims, and then put it into a document, and then hid who actually makes the paddle or which paddle it's about, and then we have to guess which one it is. So I obviously know the answers to Will's. Will's knows the answer to mine. We're going to read them. You guys can go ahead and try and guess at home. If you guys guess it correctly, let us know in a comment down below. But Will,
Okay.
the first one here is, the tapered edges allow you to bring the paddle where you need it when you need it. By reducing drag with its specialized edge design, the paddle has faster swing speed that gives you a critical advantage. Combined with the raw carbon hitting surface, you'll have the unbelievable spin needed to send opponents all across the court for the ball. The thin profile allows you to have a generous sweet spot, making this paddle's potential easily accessible at all times. The feedback from the thin design lets you dial in the exact amount of power you need to shut out your opponents and claim the game. The long handle works in tandem with the sleek grip to make maneuverability a breeze. These features all offer a paddle that has great reach, control, and response for players that need a strategic paddle for their strategic mind. Whether it's singles or doubles, you'll be keeping your opponents guessing your next move. If you guess this, I'll be absurdly shocked. That was also way longer than I thought it was.
That is so long, and I already forgot half the things that you said. All I got from that was that it was thin. And
okay, I'll read you a couple just bullet points. Long handle, thinner, and then tapered edges allow you to bring the paddle where you need it when you need it by reducing the drag with its specialized edge design.
What?
Oh, and it does say raw carbon fiber hitting surface.
What does that mean? What the heck? Thin? Tapered edges?
I'd be so shocked if you guessed this.
What is this? Electrum Pro. Model Electrum Pro 2.
I mean, not super far. It was the Gamma Obsidian.
Gamma Obsidian. Okay.
I think it's so funny to me when I read this one. I was like, what paddle could this be? Because all the answers were hidden to me initially.
Yeah.
And then when I was like, Gamma Obsidian, they just tried to hype up a Gen 1 raw carbon fiber paddle like this. I'm like, come on. So silly.
Is it that thin? Is it 14?
It's probably a 14 or 13
Okay.
if I had to guess. I don't actually know.
I mean, I've actually never seen one in the wild, so I mean, I've never like touched one or seen one in the wild, so I wouldn't know.
Thought it was super funny too that they said the thin profile allows you to have a generous sweet spot. Like, do they not know that, thinner paddles typically worse sweet spot, worse twist weight? Like, nice.
No, clearly
Good
not.
work.
Yes.
Good work. All right,
Man, Gamma's listening to this right now. People with obsidians at home are just livid right now
Well,
for what you
let's
just
be
said.
real. No one owns an obsidian.
Oh my gosh, if you own an
The
obsidian,
only people that own an obsidian are paid actors.
put it in the comments below right now and flame Chris, please. Okay. Okay, for Chris. Number 1 for Chris. We have implemented the highest quality Toray T700 raw carbon fiber and engineering to help you perform at the highest level on the pickleball court. Foam edge walls and a unibody design make it easy to reset, place your shots, and finish points while ensuring durability and a nimble feel. Paddles have polyurethane inserts to reduce shock and give players more feel. The blank is ideal if you think thermoform paddles are too powerful, but traditional sandwich style paddles are too soft.
Vatic Prism?
Is
Is it? Is it actually?
It is. Which one?
Oh, oh man.
It's a 50-50 at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna say V7.
No, it's the Flash.
Dang it! My true answer was the Flash, but dang it. Okay, that sucks.
Dude,
I knew I
no.
should have just said
Well,
Flash.
I should have said it because I said and nimble feel. That would have.
True.
I should.
True. Yeah,
I should have.
you're
I should
right.
have. Well, this wasn't really any bullet points, but I think I could have picked out some choice words and would have kind of given it away. But good job picking that one out. What gave that away? How did you know that was?
The two giveaways, just from memory, I feel like I remember them
Just from
talking
memory.
about those inserts in the handle
I see.
at some point. So that was a half giveaway. But then the bigger giveaway was when it said, when Gen 1 is like too soft and Gen 2 is too much. I was like, okay, well, there's only a couple paddles that have this. And I know Yola didn't make that marketing claim. So that was
Okay.
what, okay. That's probably
good.
going to be the only one I guess, if I'm being honest.
That was good. All right. Give me mine.
All right, here comes your next one.
Uh-huh.
The blank is quite possibly the perfect pickleball paddle, a true extension of the hand, and the result of engineers and designers who are endlessly focused on the needs of the world's most elite pickleball players. Each of the 4 models in the series individually leverages the superior attributes of the most expensive, rarest, and most sophisticated carbon fiber on the planet.
What?
The results manifest itself in a paddle for any player who demands feel, touch, spin, precision, and ball control without rival. This is so funny. The answer to this one's hilarious.
What? You could have almost slapped that on any paddle out there. There was almost no actual specifications or characters that give anything away.
Do you want one hint?
Sure, give me, because at this point I'm clueless. What is it?
You have lost to this paddle in a tournament.
I've lost to this paddle
Yes.
in a tournament.
Yep.
It's just so wordy.
That doesn't narrow it down too much, but
No,
only a
that
little
doesn't.
bit.
Trust me, I've lost to a lot of paddles at a lot of different tournaments. Okay.
This one will be memorable to you when you hear the answer.
Will be memorable to me. Okay, hold on. So if it's memorable, so it's obviously it's something that you don't see often, I'm assuming. Did I lose? So the first thing that came to mind was like Yonex, because like I don't see it, but I don't think I've lost to a Yonex. Is it? Let me see. It's a Vulcan paddle. Is it?
Is that your final answer?
Okay. It's hold on. Yeah, because if it's a memorable loss, my biggest loss. Let me see. What was? Okay, my most memorable losses was against James Crosby and then Matt at PPA Texas in singles, unless this is doubles, but I don't remember anything in doubles. I'm going to go, and I don't remember what James was playing with. Oh my gosh. Oh man, whatever James was playing with, because that was a memorable loss, because I was up like 13-2 and I lost. Okay, whatever paddle, oh shoot, I forgot what he was playing with. Was he playing with no, it's not Yola. That doesn't sound like Yola. Evan, I'm going to go with Vulcan, because I don't have any other answer. Is it?
You got it. It's the Vulcan V900. But here's what's so funny about this one. First of all, it says the world's most elite pickleball players. Okay. And then the part that made me laugh was the superior attributes of the most expensive, rarest, and most sophisticated carbon fiber on the planet. Okay. Okay, Vulcan. Let's calm down here. First of all, that paddle's overpriced by a long shot, and it has exposed polymer. And everyone who I have asked about the V900 does not like that paddle, unless they are forced to use it. In which case, they're not going to give me their honest thoughts anyways.
Dang.
Now that actually, I take that back only a little bit. I take that back a little bit because there are a couple people who have commented telling me they like that paddle on the channel. So that's not entirely true, but the people who I have talked to in person.
I see.
That is what I will say. But Nice job getting that. I thought saying that you lost to it would help.
That did definitely help. But I mean, you said it was a memorable loss, and I was like, okay, well, he's only been to a few tournaments with me, and it was PPA Kansas and then PPA Texas. And right. So I was like, okay, and when you said memorable losses, and I was like, okay, well, it can't be like when we lost to, the brothers, Aiden and AJ. So I was like, okay, so it has to be one of the singles. And I don't remember what James was playing with, because that was my first kind of guess. And then, Matt was with the Vulcan. So that makes sense. Okay.
So funny. All right, hit me.
Okay. Number 2 for Chris, a high-performance thermoform paddle that has been carefully crafted with the same raw T700 carbon fiber face that is found in the best power-focused paddles on the market. This paddle is also becoming quickly known one of the best pickleball paddles for spin on the market. Expense.
So clearly it's a company that follows my results or somebody's spin results.
Yeah. No expense has been spared in the construction of this paddle, which features the perfect balance of durability, touch, and power. With this paddle, players can be even more aggressive on the courts thanks to its injected foam that runs around the edges and down through the handle. This foam not only adds stability and eliminates vibration, but also greatly expands the sweet spot, leading to improved shot consistency no matter where you hit the ball. Okay, a pretty muted marketing
This one's really hard. To be honest, I only have one guess. I'm gonna say it's the Volair Forza Mach 1.
Ooh, that's not actually a bad guess, but no, it is the bread and butter filth.
Okay, interesting. I guess I thought the Volair, just because that was getting some pretty high spin numbers across the board, so I figured maybe they were leaning into that.
Not a bad guess. Not a bad guess.
All right, not too bad, but can't get them all.
Dude, I play with the filth, and I wouldn't have even guessed that. It's too calm. Because
half of these, it's too. Well, first of all, it's too calm, and also everyone uses such similar.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, guys. There was 20 of these, and there was a bunch of them that sounded so similar across the board. Like I tried to grab the ones that were just the most ridiculous. Yes. And are you ready for this one, Will?
Okay. Are you reading mine?
Yeah, I'm reading yours.
Okay, let's go.
The natural texture of the carbon fiber increases traction on the pickleball for ultimate spin and finesse shots without sacrificing pop and power. The one-piece solid polypropylene core provides a strong, durable construction that is built to last. This lightweight pickleball paddle is also constructed with a non-slip comfort grip that makes it easy to control on the court. Complete with a rugged edge protection band, this pickleball paddle is built to perform at the highest level year after year. This is even funnier because I forgot what the answer was to this one.
What? They call it a protection band?
You're going to laugh so hard when you hear this answer. It's just because of them using that phrasing.
What is this? Diadem Warrior V2.
No. Franklin STK.
Oh, would have
Rugged
never ever
Edge
guessed
Protection Band. Edge Guard. Hello.
Oh my
Also,
gosh.
there were a couple of things knowing. Okay, this is like we were talking about that video, like marketing versus reality. This is a perfect one because it says the natural texture of the carbon fiber increases the traction on the pickleball for ultimate spin. Okay, SDK was horrible for spin, or not horrible, but very mediocre. And then also, without sacrificing pop and power, those things were giant pillows. So bad at spin and giant pillows. Like,
Oh,
gosh,
I would never
that
guess
didn't
that.
work.
I still have not seen an STK out in the wild.
Yeah, I actually don't know if I have either, other than the pros.
I mean,
That's not
the
true. I
pros
saw
don't
one at
count.
Nationals last year, but the pros don't count.
That's
true.
not in the wild. The pros don't count. Okay. Next
That's
up,
right.
let's move it. Okay, number 3 for Chris. The blank is quite possibly the perfect pickleball paddle, a true extension of the hand, and the result of engineers and designers who are endlessly focused on the needs of the world's most elite pickleball players.
Oh wait, shoot! I think I gave you the. I think I gave you the Vulcan one. I think I gave us both the Vulcan one.
Oh, so you know this one.
Shoot. Okay, go into the list because you have the buzzword link. Go in there and just pick another one, and just pick one that sounds interesting in the list, and then you can get the answer from that.
The paddle marketing blurbs.
Yeah, because there's
okay.
2 sheets. So if you look at the bottom,
So am I looking at sheet 1 or sheet?
I think sheet 1.
Sheet 1. Okay. Da, 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 da.
Insert Jeopardy theme song.
But what if I pick one that accidentally has already been used or that you have to give to me?
I'll tell you because I can see your last 2.
Okay. Let's see. Here we go. The T700 Ultra raw carbon grips the ball for longer, creating extreme spin. T700 Ultra raw carbon is the strongest and most durable face material on the market, giving this paddle unmatched pop and long-lasting durability. A polypropylene honeycomb core provides consistent power while enhancing the control of the ball. Our advanced honeycomb technology makes our paddles feel like one big sweet spot. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Oh, Blank's Pickleball's debut of our newest technology, the Shock Foam Edge Guard, improves playability throughout the entire face of the paddle by dispersing vibration for better consistency on mishit balls.
I think I actually know which one this is because of one term they used. I think that's the Pro XR Zane paddle.
Wow, this guy.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. How did you know?
Dude, it's sad how much of these marketing terms I remember from these companies.
Oh my
Holy
gosh.
crap.
Was it the Shock Foam Edge?
You want to know which one gave it away?
It has to be the Shock Foam Edge or the Ultra Raw
Yep.
Carbon. Shock Foam Edge?
It was the Shock Foam Edge, yeah.
Okay. Impressive.
That's funny. That's really funny. Yeah, the sweet spot on that paddle sucks, so that is a hilarious marketing claim as well.
Okay.
That's super funny. All right, are you ready for yours?
Yeah, hit me with it.
The blank is the ultimate paddle for players looking to dominate the court with power, control, balance, and spin production. Well, throwback to my rant in the kitchen last week, another company claiming power, control, balance, and spin all in one paddle. What a shocker. Anyways, featuring an etched raw carbon T700 face, this paddle is designed to deliver maximum performance, spin, and precision in every shot you make. There's one word in there that I feel like should give this away to you, but maybe it only gives it away to me because I know way too many of these marketing terms.
Yeah, because you definitely do. Is it the etched? Is that the word that's supposed to give it away?
I'm not going to tell you which word.
Oh, horrible. Etched. Oh my gosh. I'm drawing a blank. Let's see. Let's go. See, why are you laughing so? All right, let's go with, I don't know, I'm just guessing, Carbon X Series.
No, it was the Diadem Warrior V2, which is funny because that's what you guessed a minute ago.
It is. I don't know any of the marketing terms for that paddle. Oh
I'm pretty sure that Diadem is the only one that uses the word etched, at least that I can think of off the top of my head. So that's what gave it away for me. That paddle is not a power paddle, by the way.
Oh, the Warrior V2. I still haven't hit it. I have one. I haven't hit it.
Yeah, it's not kind of whatever. But
okay.
I mean, it's not that it's not good. I think the paddle is fine. I need to make this clarification more often because I don't think I make it clear enough when I'm talking about paddles being good or bad. It's not that the paddle is bad. It's just bad for the price. Like at $230, I'm like, yeah, there's so many other options. Even if you wanted to go in a similar price range, like the Engage Pursuit's way better. I'd probably even take a Perseus over it. So like, even if you didn't go cheaper, like I don't know, there's just paddles that are better. Gotcha. Carbon 1X way better. But yeah, all right, hit me.
Okay, hit you. All right, the Blank is the first ever single piece textured Toray faced carbon paddle, making it the most aerodynamic and fastest paddle in your hand. It enhances reflexes in quick exchanges while producing more power compared to other carbon-faced paddles because of the enhanced swing speed from its edgeless design. Heat-molded carbon face on the polypropylene honeycomb core make the pop on the Blank like nothing else. I feel
okay, I'm guessing that's the Black Ace.
Hey, yo, he's too good.
Is it?
Yes.
Let's go.
Why are you're way too good at this. I mean,
okay,
this is why you're the number one paddle reviewer out there. You know this.
Again, though, this is because there was two things that gave it away. In the beginning, they said something about, what was it, edgeless? What did they say in the beginning?
Making it, okay, the first ever single piece texture Toray face.
That was it, single piece.
Okay, that gave it away?
That's what gave it away. Yeah, and then the ending, I think the word hot molded, I mean, other companies are using that, but I
heat molded.
Thought I remembered, whatever it was, like, that's funny. But also, like, things like the pop, like, there was just a couple giveaways in that one, but
that was a good
all right,
one.
let's go.
All right.
How many have I got so far? Have I gotten three out of four?
Well, yeah, you've gotten three.
Honestly, this is way better than I thought I would do, because a lot of these are just insane.
Okay, hit me with it.
All right, are you ready for your last one?
Yeah.
All right. The Blank is unmatched in its balance between spin and power. A true versatile paddle that can reset the ball and apply power to those shots that require a little more oomph. The Toray T700 carbon fiber face mixed with the special layering combined to make this paddle stand out amongst the rest. The core has been modified to help reduce vibration for those players looking to stay away from pesky arm injuries, designed specifically to be well balanced, fresh out of the package.
Okay. What? Wait, can you read a little, like the first two sentences again?
Yep. The Blank is unmatched in its balance between spin and power, a true versatile paddle that can reset the ball and apply power to those shots that require a little more oomph. I'm going to give you one hint in this that I don't even know if it's going to help you. This might, again, just be a me thing.
It's definitely a you thing.
The Toray T700 carbon fiber face mixed with the special layering. That is your hint.
Heck if I know, dude. It's mixed with a special layering? What does it even mean?
This is definitely just because, this is a me thing for sure.
Special layering. Because when you said arm friendly, the first thing I thought of was like Brokedix, but special layering. T700 mixed with a special layering. What T700 is mixed with a special layering? Dude, I have no idea.
Throw out a guess.
I'll
give you one more hint. More hint.
Okay.
It's a thermoformed paddle.
Well,
not that helps you that much, but it narrows down from maybe 800 paddles to
you mean
15.
850? Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go with Selkirk 006.
No.
What is
it? It was the Legacy Pro.
Oh, okay. Shoot. Would have not no. Special layering? I didn't know. I didn't know it had some special layering. I thought it was just raw carbon fiber. What?
That's so funny.
What?
Okay, pull up the last one. There's actually one I'm going to try and get from the list here while you read me mine, and I want to read it to you and see if you get it.
Okay, so you want me to read you yours, your last one?
Yeah, read me my
Okay.
last one.
The result, ... the ability for the surface and core to act as one, holding the ball even longer with consistent compression and release. To enable the ultimate experience and playability, the dynamic fusion of these cutting-edge materials empowers players with unmatched control, increased spin capabilities, the right amount of power, and a gentler impact for heightened ball feel and precision, taking your game to new heights. Dude, I would have known, like, if you gave me this one, I would have known this one.
You would know it or wouldn't?
I would have known it.
Oh, man. I have two guesses.
Okay, hit me
I'm
with them.
not sure which to go with.
Oh.
They're both in the same company.
Oh, okay.
It's either the original Gearbox CX-14 or the Ultimate.
Okay.
I'm going to go Gearbox CX-14 Ultimate.
Okay, you're incorrect. It is the
Dang it.
Engage Pursuit Pro EX.
Wait, why would you have gotten that one?
Because I remember when I was first spending over $100 on my first paddle, and it was an Engage paddle, and I remember just very clearly, like not too long afterwards, they came out with the Pursuit series, and they would say the surface and the core act as one. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I remembered that very specifically. So I was like, oh, this is the Engage Pursuit for sure. And
See,
right.
you're kind of like me, where it's just a random thing just sticks out.
Okay.
Well, dang. I mean, I'll take
Dude, you
3
did
out of
good.
5 because
You did 3 out of 5.
expected to get 0 out of 5. I really did think it was going to be 0.
That was pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I've got a bonus round one for you.
Okay.
I think I'm going to have to skip part of this. Okay.
Oh, cheating.
Okay.
Just kidding. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Optimal. I'll give it to you as a hint if you end up needing it.
Okay.
Optimal power enhanced control. Introduced to deliver dynamic control, our patent-pending layered grid texture system gives you a true feel for the ball. Multi-layer carbon face featuring 3 layers of carbon fiber. The blank for face delivers optimal power while ensuring you retain control. SLX1 polypropylene core, but with performance in mind, the blank core helps achieve the ideal balance of consistent control and relentless power play.
Is this the Warrior Edge 18K?
Do you want a hint?
Oh no.
This is going to be so bad for you.
Okay, all right, yeah, go ahead. Give me a hint.
Okay, your hint is macro pro spin technology.
Macro pro spin? What is...
This one's so funny.
What the heck is this thing?
Will.
I don't know what this is, dude. Tell me what this is.
Macro pro spin and SLX1 polypropylene core.
SLX1. Is this a Selkirk paddle because of the X?
I don't know.
Okay, it's a macro. It is okay. This is the 006.
Yes,
Okay.
006. I was like, this man works for Selkirk.
It don't matter, man.
You just know how the paddles play. You don't need the marketing jargon.
Sometimes they give me the marketing jargon, and honestly, before I make a video for them, I try to dumb down all that marketing stuff, or I cut down a lot of it. I'm like, I'm not saying some of this because it's ridiculous.
It is indeed ridiculous.
Ignore it.
But I had to throw that one in there because I was like, well, he works for Selkirk, so maybe he'll get this right. And I took out the macro pro spin because at least for me, that was a huge giveaway. So I wasn't sure if that was going to give too much away.
Honestly, the macro threw me off. If you said just like
That's
pro spin, because the marketing term I hear is like pro spin, like plus, I think. But when I hear pro spin, I'm like,
sure.
Everybody has like pro level spin or whatever. Or I feel like that is a term that's probably used a lot. All right.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. All right. We'll go only over a couple of these just because I think there's going to be a couple funny ones and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
But I want to do the marketing buzzwords. So just pull that up in your tab. Just find one that just sounds ridiculous to you, and then read it to me, and I'll guess, and I'll give you one as well.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's do.
It's funny how many of these I know just from looking at this.
Are you serious?
Feels sad. Yeah, there's a bunch of these that I'm pretty sure I know.
Okay. Ah, man, this would kind of give it away. Nah, we're not going to do this. Nah, that's going to give it away. Dude, you know, I know some of these. Just look at this. I know some of these. Okay,
All right, let me give you your first. Let me.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, okay. All right, I got you. Kinetic technology, our patented shock and vibration absorbing system.
Come on, that could not have been the worst. That's like the worst one you could have picked. That one's so easy. That one's ProKenix.
Okay, that's true. This is a ProKenix Black Ace. Okay. All right, give you one.
Okay. That one. I love how you're like, no, that one will give it away, and you give me like the easiest one.
These other ones are even easier, I feel like.
Okay.
Like if I gave you Gen 3 patent pending edge grid technology.
Yeah, that one's super easy. Only because it's fresh on my mind. But
okay, see?
Yours is Hyperspin and Power One technology.
Hyperspin Power One technology? I don't know.
I actually don't know the answer to this one.
You don't know? Because I don't know. Hyperspin? Who uses Hyperspin? Is that a gamma? Tell me, is that a gamma paddle?
You'll have to hover it because I don't think I can on my phone.
Wait. Okay, hold on.
It's near it's like 14, row 14.
Okay. Oh, I should have okay. Gearbox GBX.
Oh, okay. See, that would have been my guess, but they always say Hyper Byte. So I didn't.
I was going to say the same thing. I was like, if it said Hyper Byte, I think that I would have.
Yes.
Because only Gearbox.
Power One also made me think Gearbox, but because it didn't say Hyper Byte, that made me think there was no way it was them.
All right. What is. Nah. Oh my! Did you know these?
I'm gonna give you one really quick.
Okay.
Quattro carbon face with ZEP 9 core.
What is Quattro? Quattro? Who used Quattro? I've
this
heard.
One's funny. I know this one. But at least I'm pretty positive I know this one. But ZEP 9 core is hilarious.
ZEP 9.
You only have to guess the company. You don't even have to guess the paddle.
I've heard Quattro. I know I've heard that before. Who uses Quattro? That's a Vulcan.
It is. I'm pretty sure it's Vulcan.
That's
Hover
Vulcan.
It. I'm pretty sure it is.
That's Vulcan, right? All right, let me see. Where
it's
is
near
that?
the top. 2.
Okay, I see. Yup. Vulcan.
That's
Quattro
hilarious.
Carbon.
Oh, good guess.
Quattro carbon. I only remember because that's what they used when those first came out. And I remember all the different colors and stuff for all of their 900 series. And I was like, Quattro carbon. Like, what does that even mean? Anyways.
Dude, I'm reading these. I'm pretty sure I know every single one of these except like 2 or 3. So out of 18, I'm pretty sure I know every single one of them.
You're such a paddle nerd. Oh my gosh.
It's so bad.
Okay, anyways, let's move on. I'm done with this.
Oh, that's funny. I feel sad how many I got corrected those.
No, you should feel proud. Honestly, it's your job. That's why, you're trusted.
I know it's my job, but it just feels like one of those like no life things. I don't know. Even though I should know these things, but like that was bad. Anyways, okay. We'll move on. Let's talk a little bit about MLP. First thing I want to talk about. I don't think you didn't get to watch any this weekend, right?
No.
I know you were kind of taking it easy.
I was taking it easy, and then I was cleaning my house. I have some guests coming over and staying with me for a little while, so just moving stuff around.
Where was the invite?
Never inviting.
Well, you think I wouldn't fly up there on a dime?
Would you?
Probably not. I mean,
See?
It depends. It would depend on how much I had going on and also how much the flights were.
Oh, okay. So there you go. See, my friendship is not worth that much to Chris. Guys,
hey,
I can invite him.
And also, let me add a third condition. The more important condition is depending on what I needed to be there for.
See? It's not just to see me.
If it was like emotional damages or like I knew something was wrong,
oh yeah,
price and schedule probably go out the door.
Oh, okay.
But if it was just like, bro, let's go play some pickleball, then I'd be like, okay, price and my time now matter a lot.
Makes sense. Okay. Fair. All right, well, good to know. Good to know. I appreciate.
That's funny.
All right. I'm about to
Okay.
cry.
Anyways,
the next 2 days, call Chris, see if he comes down.
really putting it to the test. Okay, but the first thing I wanted to talk about was MLP, and I don't know if you heard about this, but they removed the freeze at 18 and 20.
Oh, I did hear about this actually. And so this was the first tournament that they implemented that.
Yep. So you only had to win on your serve. That was the only rule.
You had to win on your. Oh, okay. So technically,
So
there is
if
kind
it
of
was
a freeze.
2018 and you lost the point, they get a point at 19. And then let's say you got a point again, or you side out, you get the ball back. You have to win the next point on your serve to get to 21.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the only thing that remained. So
Okay.
now it's just first to 21, win on your serve, win by 2.
That's great. Honestly, so much easier to explain. How did the players like it? Did the people like it? What was the pulse in the pickleball community?
I actually didn't get a great sense of if people did or didn't like it. What I will say from watching it is, to me, it felt better because it felt like the freeze at 20 and 18. Okay, the team might have been able to come back to 18. I always thought that people always said, oh, it artificially makes the games close. Okay, yes, it might do that. But the difference between 20 and 18 is still pretty big. You still have to get many points in a row on your serve to win that. So to me, it was still kind of mute. The other team was still up a lot. Now, it really feels like it can go either way.
Mm-hmm. I bet it's closer now.
Yeah, I actually didn't see a lot of the scores over the weekend.
I did look at some of the scores, and they were either, they were either washouts.
There were some good blowouts this
close.
Weekend.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and no, a lot of these scores look very close. Dang, 28 to 26. Dude, these scores are super close, dude. Most of these
that must have been a really good match. Holy moly, I did not see that one.
Yeah, it was either really close or they'd win by like 6. There were a few blowouts. Okay. But for the most part, just from a quick scan, many of these games were very, very close. Like I'm looking, they're past the like 22s. I see like 24s, 25s, 26s. Like, yeah, these are tight. So I guess, you don't need it to be the freeze to make them close. This new rule makes them even closer, I feel like.
And I will say, I never really had an issue with the freeze, but I think in terms of simplicity and making people understand it, it's so much easier to just be like, win on your serve, win by 2, first to 21.
Yeah.
That's
easy.
Instead of being like, okay, now when you get to 20, you freeze and they can keep scoring until they get to 18 and now they freeze and can, like, it's just a lot more to explain. So I think I'm content with the change. I think it's fine.
I like that too. Comment down below if you guys like the new rule and if you know people who like the new rule, or maybe they dislike it, or maybe they just don't care for MLP at all. Who knows?
Which is crazy, which I'll get to that in a minute.
Here we go.
Also, there's going to be spoilers, so I'm going to let you know now that you can turn it off if you don't want to hear those spoilers, but they are coming. Okay, so first, I watched this at a friend's house. It was me, my brothers, my wife, and then my 2 friends, Caleb and Sydney. They offered to have us watch the game at their house.
Oh, that sounds like a good time. Where was my invite?
No, it was you didn't invite me to your place, so I was just making it even.
Okay.
Not that I knew that I wasn't invited, but
Nor did I. Shoot.
Well, look, now we're even.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
That's funny. Okay, so I will say I've only watched pickleball in groups a couple times. I did it with you, Shay, and whoever in Arizona a little bit, and then I've maybe done it once or twice here. But this one, for whatever reason, this one was just really fun. Probably because the pickleball was really good. But dude, we were literally screaming like at the top of our lungs. Like, it was like people watching football who are really into it. That's what it felt like. Like, I was so invested in this game. It was crazy. Like, watching it with some friends who care about pickleball, way better than watching it on your own. Mm-hmm. Way better.
Oh yeah, I could see that for sure. So you guys had what, like food? It was like a whole soiree, food, drinks.
Yeah, we had some soda. Yeah, people brought their own food. But yeah, I mean, it was just kind of like watching football.
Yeah.
People hang out, eat some food. It was good. I think more people should try that if they haven't, especially if you have some friends that are really into pickleball. But just for those, if you didn't get to follow it, the two teams that made it into the final were the Orlando Squeeze, which consisted of Zane, Anna Bright, Rachel Rohrabacher, and Andre Dascu, and then DC Pickleball, which was Riley Newman, Christian Alshon, and then the Kawamoto sisters.
Nice.
So both lots of great talent on both sides. And then Instagram, Duper, or MLP had posted that according to Duper, DC Pickleball had odds of winning this 65 to 35%, which is some crazy odds. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Wow. Well, kind of from these scores, I could kind of see that, to be quite honest with you, even though DC Pickleball team, spoilers, lost. But
yeah,
I can see that. It must have been tight.
Okay, read me the first two game scores. So I think
Here, I got
women's was first, right?
Yep. Women's doubles. Anna Bright and Rachel. How do you say Rachel's last name?
Rohrabacher.
Rohrabacher. I'm sorry, Rachel. I'm sorry. And it was against the Kawamoto sisters, and it was the Kawamotos took it 21-16. Pretty.
Okay, that's a pretty convincing win in MLP, I'd say.
Very convincing. Okay, men's doubles. Dascu and Zane got mopped. 21-12 by Christian Alshon and Riley Newman. Okay.
Yeah, that game, dude, was... Okay, first of all, just so everyone knows, I actually told Will, hey, watch this match after, and I was like, we're going to talk about this on the pod, and he tried to watch it, but because it was on ESPN2, you couldn't rewatch the final anywhere, so that's why I'll have to kind of recap some of this for Will, but he was going to watch that one, but there was just no way to watch it in time for when we're recording this pod.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Go ahead. So first of all, blowouts. So, well, now the men's was a blowout. The women's was like close. In my opinion, if you're below 15, it's a blowout in MLP scoring.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Okay. Men's, Andre was just not having a good time. Like,
really? What was going on?
I don't know, man. He just felt like he was all over the place. Just felt like he was missing a lot of shots. Like, you could tell they were after him, and they actually, toward near the end-ish, after the half, they put Zane on the left because Zane was on the right to start. And, that was not enough to save them. Riley and Christian just, like, absolutely dismantled them. So, at this point, my friend is like, okay, this is over in 3. Like, we're done. And I'm like, no. Like, come on, it's MLP. What if we go to a Dream Breaker? She's like, there's absolutely no way we go to a Dream Breaker. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't really believe this. I just wanted to play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
But I was like, you never know. So, next up, it is Christian Alshon and Jackie, I think. Whichever one's the righty. And then it was Anna and Dascu, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Me and my friends kept joking. We were like, oh man, Anna is going to have to absolutely carry Andre here because that was not good in men's.
And what happened? Did Andre like wake up? Did he like dominate, or did Anna like take over?
He did play a bit better in mixed, but I feel like Anna really
stepped it up,
played well. What was the final score on that one again?
Dascu and Anna took it 24-22. Very close.
Okay. If I recall correctly, they were up 20-17, Anna and Andre, and then the other team just started making a comeback. And dude, like, I'm telling you, this is like when we're all screaming at the TV. We're like, just so many points where like, something stupid would happen. I think like Andre drove a ball like at 21-21 or something, or somewhere in that range, and it just went way out on a serve return, and we're all just like,
no,
why would you do that? Like, what? Like, it was crazy.
Being some armchair refs, yeah.
Oh, no, we were big armchairing it. Like, it was, a lot of it was sarcastic banter, but yeah.
Comfiest armchairs.
Eating my Chipotle, drinking a Sprite.
So I'm just curious. I want to know who got to choose the lineup. Like, if you knew, if they matched
I actually
up.
don't know who got to react because I got to the house after the first game had been like 10 points in, so I didn't get to see that part.
Right, because based off of Andre's previous game with Zane, I would have thought to not put him up next. You know what I'm saying? Like not.
Well, I actually think it almost makes me think that Zane's team got to react, because I think it's smarter to put out Andre against Alshon and Jackie rather than Riley and Jade.
This is true.
Who probably would have cleaned that game up.
Yeah, would have eaten them up. This is true. But also, if this is the third game, you need that win, and you need your best players, right? Yeah, who's not having a bad day to play up next, because you need that win. So that's my thought process.
I think some of the teams, at least I thought Ben was doing this, he preferred to go last just because he was less susceptible to being nervous. Like, if you have like a slightly lower team that has to clutch it, that's more pressure than someone who can probably routinely do it.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, there's some psychological strategy coaching going on. So, okay, that makes sense. Well, anyways, they clutched it. Do you remember how, I mean, obviously it was close, but how did it end? Or was there a pivotal moment in that game? Were they down the whole game and then they clawed their way back up for a comeback win, or were they in the lead the whole time? Do you remember?
It was, I think they were, if I recall, I think they had a decent lead. Nothing like insane, but they did have a lead, and then DC started to kind of claw back a little bit. And then Alshon, to end it, he went for a big Ernie after, it was like maybe the fourth or fifth shot. I can't remember. But he just, it was like crazy angle Ernie, and he's hit it a bunch during the tournament. I was actually, it's a really good Ernie, but he just hit it wide, and that's how they lost. So,
rough.
Yeah, that was crazy. But we all went nuts because we were like, okay. So you're saying there's a chance.
Yes, and you were probably screaming at the TVs like, I told you. You're just telling everybody, it's like, dude, it's going to a Dream Breaker. I'm calling it.
So when we get to the next match, okay, first of all, did you see the Instagram clip of Zane with after they beat Rafa, the post-match interview?
No, I didn't. What did he say?
This is so funny. So it sounded like in that match, Rachel Rohrabacher was just eating up Rafa during that match, and Zane said something to the effect, I have to paraphrase here because I don't remember the exact quote, but it was essentially like, yeah, I know Rafa's dad, like I've met him before, but if I didn't know Rafa's dad, I would have thought that Rachel was Rafa's daddy. And it was just so funny. It was so funny. So I had to preface that because Rachel clearly played great in that match. I didn't actually see that one. But then in this match, dude, okay, so first of all, I don't know much about her other than Anna's been hyping her up, and that
and she plays
tennis. Was kind of yes, and now playing pickleball. But she, from what I understand, she was kind of the gamble pick. You know how like last year Paris was that pick where you picked her, didn't really know, but then she had a ton of upside.
Yep.
It kind of sounds like that's what Rachel was, at least, you know, how Anna's been talking about it. And dude, she was just going head to head with Riley a bunch, and I like,
she's coming out on top.
She was coming out on top. And I was like, dude, like it was,
stock went up. You coming against on top against Riley? Oh my gosh.
I know. It was crazy. That match, absolutely insane. I mean, towards the end, I sent you that one Instagram clip where Zane just clutches it out at a super pivotal moment, and he just screams at the top of his lungs. Dude, like, I'm telling you, this final, aside from those first two games, probably the most exciting final I have ever watched. And this is why when people say, like, oh, like, here's the thing. I like watching the PPA. I actually don't dislike it. But when people say, oh, MLP's boring or whatever, I'm like, then watch this final, and if you can truly find almost a single PPA final that is as entertaining or more than this, I'd be impressed. There are maybe one or two that I can think of that actually were pretty entertaining, but this was top tier entertaining pickleball.
I need to go back. Oh, well, I don't even know how I'm going to watch it now.
They'll probably post it. I'm sure within this week they'll post it.
Okay. All right. I think next time I just gotta, was it announced somewhere that they were, I'm sure it was announced where they were streaming it on ESPN or YouTube or whatnot.
Instagram, yeah.
Okay, because, well, obviously I shut off all my social media this week because I didn't want any of that jazz. But yeah, I wouldn't have known. I would have tried to record it or something had I known it was on ESPN. But anyways, so yeah, Zane clutches it out. wins 22-20. I did see the clip.
Yep.
And yeah, in in that bright orange. Also, I did see what's it, memes of pickleball make fun of everybody's outfits or attire. I thought that was hilarious. And Zane even got that custom orange Pro XR, which I thought was kind of sweet. Not gonna lie.
That orange looked nice. I'm not gonna lie. Again, if they had just cleaned up that face a little bit, would have been even better. But I will say that orange, I was like, that is a nice colorway. I almost think they should just release that as a color.
I think they are,
because it's sick. I actually think that was a cool color.
Anyways,
but anyways, so they go to the Dream Breaker, absolutely crazy.
What happened?
And
I'm looking at the
now
score.
just recall this.
DC
was predicted 65%. Like favor of winning this, which is
they
wild
were close. I mean, these next two, the two mixed doubles matches were very close. They just barely lost, barely.
Yeah, and the Dream Breaker. I guess I'll just keep this nice, short, and sweet. It was an absolute blowout.
Stomping, 21-10, destroyed. Like what? I mean,
I'm pretty sure Zane went 4-0 against
who? Must have been
Riley to start. Andre, we were just cheering if he even got a point.
Yeah,
we were like, man, you did your job.
Right, he went against Christian, so I'm going to assume that Christian won all those matchups.
He didn't win them all. Honestly, I can't remember for sure, but we definitely had a few laughs because most of the time when Andre did get it, it felt like it was because Christian lost the point, not because Andre did something.
Oh, that's rough.
So that was funny to us. But I think he went even in the first one, and then in the second one, he only got one, or possibly went even. I can't quite remember. But yeah,
Andre
he held his
got
weight.
one, or he went even on the first and the second, or potentially, or was it Christian?
He possibly went even in the second. He did for sure in the first, and then the second one, I can't remember if he only got one or not.
Got it. Okay.
And then Anna had a huge clutch moment at the end. They were up like 15 something, probably 15-10. I think it was 15-10 or 15-9. And she wins 4-0, which was crazy.
Yeah.
And then Rachel
won 4-0.
Rohrabacher, 3 because they only needed, or no, it would have been 2. No, sorry. I think it must have been 14-9 because Anna won. All I know is that I'm pretty sure Rachel had to get 3, if memory serves me right. And she had a really nice, sick cross-court passing shot winner. Obviously, everybody goes absolutely nuts. Like, dude, it was crazy.
I need to see this. I mean, yeah, that's singles for that team is stacked. So Zane only had to go out once.
Zane had to go out twice.
And he won 4-0 on...
I don't know if he won 4-0 the second one. I only remember the first one being a 4-0 just because that was easy to remember. But my guess is he went at least 3-1 in the second one.
Gotcha. So Riley only got like 2 on Zane, if that.
Yeah.
Wow.
If that.
I've done better against Zane. Should have put me in there. Like, absolutely atrocious.
Okay, singles champ.
That's right. Shoot.
Dude, yeah, I had a feeling if it did go to a Dream Breaker, I mean, I think statistically that it's probably pretty clear that Orlando Squeeze had the odds there. I mean, Riley's doesn't play singles. Like Kawamoto's don't play singles.
I've seen
Alshon was basically the only one.
They can
I think Jade is decent.
Yeah, and Christian should have cleaned up. I mean, I don't know. Descu, I feel like he doesn't play singles, but
that was in his favor for sure.
Yeah. Oh man, and then of course, obviously, we know Anna plays singles, even though she doesn't really play singles anymore. But she's came on the scene known to be, a singles player, so she's no slouch. And then of course Rachel, I know, plays high level college tennis, so yeah. Oh man, absolute destruction. I'm kind of I wish the Dream Breaker was a little bit closer, to be quite honest with you.
Same. I think that's the only way that final could have been any better, is if it just ended in like a 22-20 or something. But dude, I still put it in the top. I mean, you just think the whole time, like, okay, this is going to be a blowout. It's a 3-0. This is kind of lame. And then they just have that epic comeback. Some of the points are just absolutely insane. Like, that is really, really good pickleball. I loved every minute of it.
Nice. All right. Well, can't wait to rewatch it. Was there anything else that you wanted to go over?
Oh, yeah, baby. We're at the kitchen now.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about the kitchen.
And...
You cooking? You cooking in the kitchen? Oh, you're about to
I
cook.
am
You're about to
cooking in
cook
the
somebody. You're about to cook somebody because you said you had a rant. So, man,
Oh, not somebody. I'm cooking people.
you cooking people. You a cannibal now?
Cooking
Oh,
people.
had no idea.
Okay, here's the thing. So you're familiar with how MLP created a rule about banning certain colors, right?
Yes. I heard
On
about
paddles?
that. On paddles, yeah. It was like white
Yeah.
and yellow, I heard. Yeah, huh?
Yep.
Here we go.
Okay. This only impacts MLP players. So you're talking like 0.01% of the pickleball population that this actually impacts at all.
Okay.
And now I am seeing ever since this, all these posts from people who are like, a paddle will come out.
Uh-huh.
It'll come out and they'll be like, no, that paddle's illegal. And I'm like, first of all, no, it's not. It doesn't impact you. Or people start saying, here's the thing.
Because it's not an official rule. It's only for a rule for MLP.
Exactly. It's for pros, has nothing to do with the amateurs. And here's the other thing. Prior to this rule coming out, or a single pro complaining about it, because first, like maybe one or two pros started talking about it, then it became an MLP rule. I never, not a single time, maybe once, and that was with a paddle nerd, have I heard somebody say, a white or yellow paddle, I have such a hard time seeing the ball come off, which is why this is a rule, is because it's, you could in theory lose the ball a little bit, which, maybe gives an advantage or whatever. But then this becomes a rule, and suddenly all these amateurs are like, nope, I wouldn't play against someone in that rec. It gives them an advantage, and I don't want them to have that advantage. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I played in a facility today. It's a facility I hadn't been to in our area. The walls are completely white. I had no issue seeing the ball that was with a white background behind me the entire time. And then also, I've played against white paddles, like the Power Air, plenty. Does not bother me at all. I'm not saying that there isn't an advantage to be gained. The only time, I do think like on a really bright sunny day,
noon.
At noon, the paddle could reflect and make it a little harder to see. I'm not saying that doesn't exist. But the amount I'm starting to see people complain about this, I'm like, guys, like, of all the things to complain about, this is what you choose? Like, come on.
Oh my gosh. The fact that people are just like, no, it's illegal. It's not. You can't use it.
I know.
It's so annoying. Yes.
I'm like, we're not talking about a delaminated paddle or EVA, which I actually played against a delaminated paddle just at a like open play thing or whatever. It was like a higher level group. Dude, I forgot how hard it is to play against one of those. Like, the drives are an absolute rocket.
Yeah. But those are the things that people are complaining. They're complaining about the white paddle. You must be hearing this a lot because I haven't heard it that often, or I haven't seen it.
I see it on Facebook.
I see. Of course, it's on Facebook. Where else?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be probably one of the best places to see it would be Facebook. But I'm like, guys, like, this is probably like 3-5.
Are you?
And no disrespect to 3-5 players. I'm a 3-5 at best. I'm just saying, of all the things to complain about, like, you're probably popping your dink up too high and they're hitting an overhead. Like, it's not. The paddle's not the reason you're losing.
Exactly.
At the highest level where that margin, that difference matters,
then it makes sense.
Yes.
Yes.
But at the lower level,
no, it doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Yeah. That was the nicest roundabout way, Chris, that I've heard you say and tell people out there that they suck. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
That wasn't quite the aim, but yeah, that's the
aim. You just
to be honest, more so than the complaining about the color. That's what I mean. I think that's silly. But what annoys me is when people hear like a rule somewhere and they just assume like, oh yeah, that's banned. Like, the people can't use that. And I'm like, no. Like, stop reading headlines and like actually click an article and open it and read it, please.
Are you about to go there and like police people? You know what? Maybe you should just make a YouTube video about this, or maybe you should write your own article. You know what? It'd be funny if you wrote an article that got picked up on Facebook or something where you just made some absurd rule just to see if people would just
see if it stuck.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
paddles with a handle longer than 4 inches are now banned by USAP.
Who knows? You know, if you did something and I heard it, that's how I know. like you've gained too much power in this whole entire like, pickleball space and community.
That would be bad. Got to use the power responsibly. But yeah, I just if you hear someone say that white paddles are banned or something, guys, it's only MLP, and like it's just don't overthink it. There are things about the game, again, like a delaminated paddle. Actually, I'm gonna tell a really quick story because I just remembered this.
Okay,
this is the only time this has ever happened to me, and it just happened to be against a delaminated paddle. We're warming up, and you know how you like go straight ahead, warm up or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm at the kitchen hitting. Like my partner's hitting drops and both the other guys are baseline, I think. The guy on the opposite side of me has the delaminated paddle, not who I'm warming up with, just the other guy. So I'm like looking straight ahead and I didn't see anything coming, but this guy was hitting drives and he whacks a drive and just squares me right in the collarbone. And I had no idea the ball was coming. Like I was probably about to hit a roll and all of a sudden like a ball just, I was like, ow. I was like, did not see that coming.
Your collarbone.
But seriously, like, yeah, it left a good mark at the time. But yes, only time I've ever been hit in a warm up and had no idea that ball was coming.
Dang. Okay, I have one last thing about the color on the paddle. So let's just hypothetically say that this rule was implemented across the board. Like, you know, by the governing body of USA Pickleball says that you can't use yellow paddles or white paddles. What would everybody do? Because there must be a crap ton of white or other like yellow paddles out there on the market. What are those people supposed to do? Like just get rid of their paddles? Like it would just cause, you know, an absolute uproar.
I think you would have to give a warning ahead of time, like maybe a year where it's like, okay, let's say when they update the rules for 2024, they say, hey, in 2025, this is going to be done. So that way companies could clear their white inventory if they were going to clear it. And then people also just know well in advance, like, okay, yeah, I've got to stop using this.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Also, I'm going to add one caveat. While I really don't think white is that bad, now I haven't really played against any paddle that has significant yellow. The only one I can think of is a Babolat. And I've also played against that and didn't have issue, but I would probably give people a pass on paddles that are really yellow and like match the ball color, because that it's actually matching the ball color. For me, I don't think it's that hard in white. But yellow, I'd maybe give people a pass. But yeah, I just
also
thought I'd throw that in there because that one could be bad.
I just want to like throw this out there in a caveat to everything that Chris is saying is because Chris is actually colorblind. So there you go. Like to some degree, he's kind of colorblind.
I am colorblind. I do fail the test at an eye doctor, but as far as I can tell in my day-to-day, it does not severely impact things. I mean, I've color graded all my videos. I solved Rubik's Cubes. The only ones that it makes really bad for me are green and yellow. Like if you put certain greens and yellows right next to each other, then I get them really confused. So actually, if anything, for like the Babolat, that would possibly make it worse for me. Like there are sometimes on the Rubik's Cube, there are a couple cubes where the green and yellow were so similar that I would like finish and the green and yellow were swapped and I didn't realize it until like I could tell like one part of the cube wasn't done, like in the back.
I see.
But yes, I am technically colorblind. So if you want to take that as a caveat, you may take it as a caveat, but I still think people are overreacting. For amateurs.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you tell them.
The lower you go down the totem pole,
the more complaints there are.
The less complaint I think you get. The higher up you go, like, 4 or 5, I'm like, I don't even know if you should be complaining, but maybe 5-0, okay. It might start mattering. Pro, okay, whatever. You're gonna complain anyway, so like here's something to complain about.
You're just cooking everybody, the lower levels, the pros. Dang, no one is safe. No one is safe from Chris in the kitchen.
I'm not trying to cook, like, it's no disrespect to the lower level people.
That is sizzle,
It's just that I'm like, of all of the things that matter, the paddle color probably matters the least that impacts your gameplay, in my opinion.
No, I agree. Makes sense. All right. Well, I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else, Chris, anymore? Or are we about to clean up this kitchen right now? You got to do the dishes and...
There's a murder in this kitchen. It might need to get cleaned. I was just feeling really spicy today, I guess, man. I just had some...
Yeah, and you don't even eat spicy food.
That's not true. I like spicy food.
Oh, okay. Next time.
I got a Chinese restaurant I'll take you to here. I'll show you some spicy food.
As long as your sister come in and she order in Chinese, then yeah.
No, literally, that's the restaurant I'm thinking of.
All right, let's
one.
go. Let's go. Ask your sister to come with us next time.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's all I've got for this week. So yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. Hopefully next week it's not a rant. I didn't even intend for these to be a rant, but last thing before we go. I just saw that one on Facebook, and for whatever reason, I might have been in a mood when I read it, and I just read it and I was like, you are kidding me right now. I was like,
red.
Stop.
You were seeing
I probably was seeing red, but probably wasn't actually red because I'm red-green colorblind, so it was probably more like an orange.
You're done.
All right.
You're done.
We will catch you guys next week. Thanks for listening.
See ya.